Good evening. Want to do a second edition to the Christmas devotions that I just want to do this year. As I mentioned in my first video earlier this week, we talked about Emmanuel, God with us. Finding the significance of Scripture, not just in the New Testament story of the manger and Joseph and Mary and the wise men and the host of angels, but looking back in the words of old, hundreds and even thousands of years before the Christ child would come. There is so much beauty in this mystery of Christmas that Emmanuel came to be with us. And so that's going to kind of be, I think, the focus of the rest of these Christmas devotions. We will get into the New Testament, I'm sure. But tonight we're again looking at the Old Testament, and our verse that we're going to focus on is Isaiah 9:2. And the prophet said this. He said, "The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Those who dwelt in a land of deep darkness, on them a light has shone." Wow. That's Christmas, my friends. That light came to us from another place. It shined into our darkness, that we were a people in a dark land, stumbling and not knowing where we were going. And light from somewhere else came and shined upon us. That is quintessentially Christmas. It's the very heart of Christmas, that Jesus came as the Christ child into our darkness and brought light. That the light didn't come from within us, contrary to so many messages today that are telling us that humanity has its own light, discover your inner light, discover your inner power. No, we were lost and undone and wandering in the darkness, and God in his mercy and grace shined a light from another realm, this transcendent God who stands outside of time and declares the end from the beginning. He brought light into the dark because, like I mentioned in the previous devotion, we couldn't get to him, so he came to us. And so all of a sudden, as you begin to ponder the beauty of what the prophet Isaiah meant when he talks about light shining on those that were in a land of deep darkness, all of a sudden, as you think about that, the fact that we put lights on the trees, the fact that we decorate the outside of our houses with lights, that there's lights in the stores, we light candles at a Christmas light candlelight service, all of a sudden that takes on a whole new meaning. Sadly, I would imagine that the majority of people, or at least a large portion of people that decorate their trees with lights and put trees on their houses and enjoy the beauty of the lights of this season, may not even really know why. Why is there light everywhere at Christmas time? It's because of what I just read to you in Isaiah 9:2. God brought light into darkness because that's what he does. From another place, from another realm, God looked upon us and brought light to us. We were in deep darkness, a land of deep darkness. We didn't ask for the light. We didn't know we needed it, nor did we deserve it. But God in his mercy shined it upon us. And how did that light shine? How did it come to us? It came to us as a babe in a manger. And it declared the Father to us. As John 1:18 says, John wrote and said, "No one has seen God at any time, but the only begotten Son," speaking of Jesus Christ, "who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him." That's how we see God. That's how his light came into our darkness, through the Christ child, through the miracle of the virgin birth. On that night, in that manger, surrounded by animals in a barn filled with hay, the Christ child came. And this is why Jesus could make the claim later in John 8:12 that I am the light of the world, and whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. So friends, remember that when you look at the tree this year and you appreciate its beauty, there's a reason. why there's lights everywhere at Christmas. There's a significance. And let's hold on to the spirit of that. Let's slow down long enough to stop and thank the Lord that he shined light on us when we were lost in the darkness. God bless you. Merry Christmas.